Hey, what's up guys? Aaron here. This video is specifically talking about preference actions, meaning clawbacks for Celsius creditors. Now, if this does not apply to you, meaning you have not withdrawn any money 3 months prior to the petition date of July 2022, then you probably don't need to watch this video. This is for people who did withdraw over $100,000. So I am going to go through this document for you guys, going over the next steps about clawbacks, how to defend against them. I'm going to talk about the recent disclosure statement, talking all about them going after clawbacks, which they will be doing, and also taking a look at Deb, who is the lawyer who is representing the clawback community, her defense strategies for depositors. So let me go through this first. What we have is a mission statement here. Why does the Celsius Preference Defense Group exist? Celsius and the UCC have taken the position that funds withdrawn from Celsius during the 90 days prior to July 13th, 2022 petition are potentially subject to avoidance and recovery, commonly referred to as a clawback. And we know from what we just saw today that they are most likely going to go after retail people who withdrew money from the platform. Our purpose is to work collectively to mount the strongest defense possible in the event that the post-confirmation litigation trust decides to bring clawbacks against us. So the litigation trust is right here, basically with whatever plan that gets approved, whether it is the NewCo plan with Fahrenheit, whether it's an orderly wind down, or even if it goes to liquidation. You can see right here, there is something called the litigation trust proceeds. Now, yes, they are going to be going after Mashinsky and other insiders, but most likely they're also going to go after normal people like myself or others who withdrew over $100,000 in the 90 days before the petition. So that is part of the litigation trust. So what we're planning on doing here is pooling financial resources and seeking legal representation from Troutman Pepper, maximizing our chances for success and ensuring the cost of legal representation is minimized and equitable for everyone involved. We are organizing now and acting early, which gives us the opportunity to prepare for all possible scenarios, including one in which demand letters are sent and litigation against Celsius creditors begins. So that's most likely what's going to happen. And basically, we are getting started now by pooling resources and working with Troutman Pepper. A successful ruling sets helpful precedent for the broader crypto community if and when other creditors are faced with similar circumstances and forced to deal with a centralized entity filing for bankruptcy. So what happens with Celsius here will determine what will possibly happen if, like, a Coinbase goes bankrupt or another centralized exchange or entity goes bankrupt. Peace of mind and confidence stems from knowing we are united behind a common cause and working with an extremely competent law firm that is fighting on our behalf. Promoting the state of mind, especially for those who are struggling, is invaluable. I completely agree. So I'll direct you guys to the Telegram group in a moment where you can actually learn about getting involved if you'd like to. But to start out, let me talk about the engagement letter. So what this engagement letter allows us to do is really save a lot of money. Sharing the costs collectively across a large group of people will result in substantial savings to each client when compared to hiring a lawyer and defending on your own individually. So that is huge. Basically, rather than trying to find your own lawyer to fight in court and, basically go back and forth with the litigation trust and spend who knows how much money, a ton of money, we are saving money by basically collectively working together and pooling our money to work with Troutman Pepper. We'll also be able to litigate to a final decision, which is super important. Under the terms of the engagement letter, you will have the option to litigate your case to a final court decision, including an appeal, should you choose not to settle, but you can settle at any time. The engagement letter includes sufficient optionality, allowing you to settle at any time if you determine that a settlement proposal is acceptable and appropriate for your circumstances. So, for example, not financial advice, obviously, but if you go back and forth between the litigation trust and let's say Troutman Pepper says, all right, we knocked your percent down, you have to pay down to this amount. And you're like, you know what, that's fine, let me just pay it, right? So that's what they're saying. You can settle at any time or you can litigate to a final decision. Confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement. So step 1, join our Telegram channel. I'll include all the links to those below. and locate the confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement. I'll include that link in the video description. Step 2, sign the NDA and submit a completed copy to Troutman Pepper and the steering committee. Step 3, the steering committee will reply with a cover letter, the engagement letter for review, and your retainer fee. Step 4 is attending our monthly meetings with Deb at Troutman Pepper. The last one actually happened yesterday on July 30th, but there will be more, obviously, monthly town hall meetings, so it's very important to act on this quickly. Why should I consider becoming a client? Becoming a client of Troutman Pepper ensures the law firm can begin representing you when you receive a demand letter and defend you in court if and when a preference lawsuit is filed against you. So again, going back to right here. So most likely, if we do not pay this 27.5% extortion fee, as I like to call it, they meaning the litigation trust, they're going to come after you and say, okay, now we're going to sue you and take you to court. And then you're going to either have to hire your own lawyer, which I'm afraid to even know how much that's going to cost, or you can become a client of Troutman Pepper through this community. So a little bit about Troutman Pepper. They are a top-notch law firm, super qualified to defend you. They are a full-service law firm employing approximately 1,200 lawyers, including partners, counsel, and associates. They have a lot of info regarding the U.S. bankruptcy litigation process. They deal with securities, finance, and fintech, and are currently involved in, obviously, the Chapter 11 case with Celsius. So I will include this link below. This was written by Deb, who is the lawyer running this. Defense Strategies for Depositors in Crypto Chapter 11 Litigation. So a big article here talking about our defenses. And again, I will include the Telegram channels. There is a main one to join. There is a read-only Telegram channel. And also there's a link to the non-disclosure agreement. So guys, that's it for this video. I just wanted to make this PSA. Most of you guys are already in this group who are in the clawback kind of category, who withdrew more than 100 grand 3 months before they filed for bankruptcy. If you are in that group and you have not signed the NDA, I would suggest you do so. Not legal advice, but I would suggest you do so, because trying to fight this on your own is going to be way more money than working with them as a client. So that is it. Links below for all those things. And if this doesn't apply to you, then, well, nice to see you anyway. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon, and bye for now.